Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I've got the DJI Mini 3 Pro with me today and it's hovering right in front of me here. We did the safety check and everything took off, and I'm using the camera on the Mini 3 for this whole video. Today is well, it kind of turned from summer to winter overnight. It got cold yesterday on Saturday. Today is Sunday, whoops, and I'm accidentally moved the camera while I was looking at my watch. Today is Sunday, October 23rd, and it's genuinely cold. It's in the high 40s right now. It's about 5 o'clock. Again, this is Sunday, just finished the Drone Seekers show earlier today. But we got some storms blowing in, and it occurs to me that this might be my last chance to get a look at some of the leaves on the trees, because these leaves are going to get blown off of these trees here pretty quick. So we're going to get the drone up. We're going to fly it around the neighborhood here, get a look at some of the autumn colors, autumn leaves. And then what I'll probably do is I'm going to get the drone out there a ways, and we're going to do a course lock hyperlapse on the way back to us and see what that looks like. If there's a little bit of wind and it's kind of calmed down now, but there might be, we'll see the trees moving around a little bit. But yeah, in the meantime, let's do our manual droney. Reverse and up now, reverse and up. Hey everybody, I just was reviewing the video from this flight, and you're going to see large parts of it that are out of focus, particularly when we do the droney here just now. It's way out of focus, and when I come back down, it focuses again, and we're going to get close to some leaves and things, and it'll focus fine on those. But as soon as we get up higher, you're going to see a soft focus for a big part of the video. And then eventually, when I get kind of far out of ways, it refocuses and stays in focus for the rest of the video. However, it's been a problem with this drone. I've noticed often if I'm focused on something close and I don't autofocus on infinity, then the touch to focus on infinity, the autofocus just is not working very well. So after viewing this video, this was particularly bad. I'm going to get a hold of DJI support and see if I can open up a ticket. I don't know if this is just my Mini 3 that has this problem. I've noticed it in the past. This flight was by far the worst, but it's unacceptable as it is. I decided to go ahead and publish the video as is because, you know, I show problems as they come up with other drones, and yeah, with this DJI drone, it's the same thing. So you're going to see the problem, and hopefully it's something that DJI can address. What a cool little drone this is. Let's drop that camera down so you can see the trees here. And like I said, it's getting cold now, and it won't take too long for these trees to really start to change color. I've noticed the ones here in the schoolyard, they're still, you know, pretty green, but there's also a lot of leaves on the ground. You can see below us right there, there's a lot of red and so forth. Let's bring it back down, bring it in, and let's get low, and we're going to fly over some of these trees here and just take a look at the fall colors. And then we're going to do just as I described, and maybe run out and we'll see if we can get a hyperlapse, course lock hyperlapse, and bring the drone back to us on a course lock. Let's see if we can get down a little bit lower here and flies through some of the trees here. And by the way, I turned off obstacle avoidance. I want it on. I'm going to go turn that back on right now. Bypass, that's what we want. So we've got obstacle avoidance back on, and that way we do stand a chance if we get too low and happen to get near a tree or something, why the drone will avoid it. But I just thought I'd kind of go down the little road here, and you guys could take a look at what we have right here. And you know, It's pretty cool. You know, I'm getting to where I trust the OA on these DJI drones more and more all the time. I'm just hand flying it through here. Hang on, my phone's ringing. Okay, forward we go there. I'll edit out that little distraction. But yeah, so let's see what happens right here as it gets to this part. Will the drone, I don't know. See, no, it's not, yeah, it's just coming to a stop there. I wonder if I can get through it here. What do you think? That's a pretty tiny little hole there. I wonder if it'll go through that. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. Let's go up a little ways and we'll see if we can go over. Like I said, I get to where I trust this more and more all the time, and I'm not looking at the drone. I'm looking at FPV as I do this, and you can see the radar on the screen going off like crazy. And we made it through there. I think that's pretty cool. What happens if we just head straight right towards this tree? Is it going to stop? Yeah, and I was kind of hoping it would go around it. What I found with the Mini 3 is the APAS, it works, but it's not as, for instance, the Mavic 3 would have found its way around that tree no problem. But let's look around here a little bit and see some of the colors. Let's get up a little higher, get above. This is a nice orange tree right here. I mean, check it out. This is the kind of colors I love. And green here. And let's see, we'll skim right over the top. Yeah, the drone, it gave us a little warning, but it was over the top of them there. And we just had some rain just a few minutes ago. The ground is still wet. I kind of walk around this path here quite a bit, just going on a walk and so forth. And like I said, one of the things about this drone is, you kind of, I have more confidence doing this kind of stuff than I would have, with other drones. I mean, the DJI tends to inspire confidence. So let's kind of go a little bit sideways here, and we can look at some of the reds and some of these trees, and it's fun to see the colors as they start to change. And I mean, the leaves are falling really fast. Look at this guy just starting to change yellow around the edges here. That's pretty cool. And I'm willing to bet in the next week or so, by the end of the week, I'll bet you these these leaves will all be gone, and these will just be bare trees. I love this. I love these red trees, and you guys that probably know better than me what kind of trees those are, but I just know they look cool. And look at this guy right here. So let's get out into the neighborhood here, and let's look. I know there's a spot here that I'm thinking of that has some really a bunch of trees over by Champion Park, which is not far away. And I better point towards the drone. I was pointed just the opposite way. And this is kind of a cool corner here. Look, you got, I do know that's a willow. And, look, you got red, orange, yellow, and green all in one spot there. Like I said, I just love this time of year. So the spot that I'm looking at is right, I'm going to pick up the camera right over there. See where those red trees, on the other side of that, there is a park. Let's grab a little altitude because we don't want to disturb anybody, and let's get out there. And in the meantime, look at this little park. This is a little, I think this is this little subdivision. This is kind of their subdivision park. Look at the orange there, orange and red. We'll kind of do a little loop around here and get you get you a look at this. There's some purple. Man, again, this is just one of my favorite times of year. Sorry, let me get that camera down. God, look at that right there. Look at that tree. I'm going to do a little reveal here because we have kind of a row. We're going to come back just a little towards us. I love this row of red trees right here. I remember these from last year. We'll just fly over the top of them and then look off in the distance. Look at all the different colors you see. Again, my favorite time of year to fly. Okay, let's go around the other way, and I'm going to take you out by Champion Park. And we're going to look, and you saw it over there. You got a glimpse of it, but we're just going to kind of turn the corner here because there's some interesting trees along this street right here. Look at the colors here. Holy mackerel. Is this cool or what? I love this. I just love this street because of all the colors. Let's kind of get off to the side here. I'm going to put it in cine mode so we can slow down a little bit. And there's a little triangle here that I don't know if it just wasn't big enough to build a house on, but they planted trees here. I always thought this was a cool spot, and yeah, I mean, some nice colors. And again, you know, you look at the let's kind of look at over here at Champion Park off to the left. There's not a lot of trees in Champion Park, but on this side of it, on this street, I just think this street is awesome. This is one of my favorite streets to walk down in the fall because you see all these colors. So we'll keep moving down here. And then what I'm going to do is when we get to the end of the street, we still have 68% battery. We're going to send the drone on a course lock back towards us here. And we'll just see if we can get a course lock hyperlapse. Yeah, it wants me to be a little bit higher here. I'm losing some signal, so we're going to turn around and head back the other way. I couldn't tell. I saw some waterfowl underneath us there. I assume those were geese, but I couldn't tell for certain on FPV. Yeah, there we go. And I had a little break up there on FPV. So let's kind of, yeah, it wants us to come back towards us. Let's kind of turn this, see if I can get pointed towards us here. Pick up that camera a little bit. And that is where we're at. I'm not going to pick up the camera any more than that. And I am going to stop recording now. And we are going to go click on that little film strip at the top. And we are going to go into Hyperlapse. And I'm going to go Hyperlapse course lock. And I don't know if I've ever done a course lock before. So course lock, I wonder if, yeah, course lock 2-second interval. Yeah, so speed 0.5 meters per second. So let's go with the, let's set this at like, I don't know if we have enough battery to do it, but we'll find out at 15 seconds. And it'll come back to us at 0.5 meters per second. And let's go ahead and click on the course lock. Yeah, there I locked it. Okay. So I clicked on that padlock looking thing, and that started it on the way back. So yeah, 12 minutes. Oh, we're going to have more than enough. I could have set it for longer than that. So when we get back here, we'll probably fly it around a little bit more. Okay, so it finished shooting, and as you can see, I should have made it a little bit longer. We still have 33% battery. You know, had I made it a little bit longer, I'm sure we could have made it all the way back. You know, we had plenty of battery to do so. Now, one of the things that I typically do is I let the drone just sit there. I don't try and fly it until it finishes putting together hyperlapse. And you can see on the right hand side of the screen there, you can see it's almost at 50%. There's 50%. So I don't, you know, I mean, it'd probably be fine, but I let it use all its processor to do that work before I continue to fly it. But as soon as that is done, we'll start recording again, and we'll bring the drone back to us, and maybe just do, you know me, I like to do an orbit around my favorite cell phone tower, so we'll probably do that, and then we'll bring this guy in for a landing. So video synthesis complete. So I'm going to click on the very top there, and I'm going to go back into video, click on video, and it switched us back, and we're in normal. I'm going to start recording again in 4K 60, fully automatic, and in fact, let's throw this guy in sport mode, and let's bring it back to us and see how fast we can get going here. And it isn't going to waste any time. Look at this, and we're going to go right over the top of those red trees right there. And I don't know, I think I saw us at 14 meters per second there for a second, but not, you know, not quite up to the 15 meters per second that they say this drone is supposed to fly at. So let's bring her to a stop, and I'm going to throw it back into normal mode. Let's pull forward here. We're going to get close to this guy, and let's see if we can do a little manual orbit around it. And this is me trying to hold it in center of frame. Yeah, we're doing okay. A little bit jerky. And in normal, it'd probably be easier to do in cine mode, but what the heck? In normal mode, we're at 26% battery still, so we're in good shape. Okay, there's our orbit around the cell phone tower. Okay, let's, well, we still got some battery. You know, I forgot about looking at the trees across the street here, so we can do that. In fact, let's bring this guy down lower. And boy, there is an airliner above us. He's making some noise, but he is way up there. But he's almost directly above us. And this is Discovery School here. That tree is starting to change. I see some along the edge here that look kind of interesting. So let's go over there and see what we can see. These are smaller guys, but you know, they are definitely changing. Let's drop that camera down a little bit so you can take a look at them. I got a feeling these trees, they maybe don't get as much water as they need. I mean, look at how dry it is there. So otherwise, they'd probably be bigger than that. So yeah, that probably wasn't. Yeah, those trees could use a little help, I think. Okay, back over to this corner. And you know what? We are at 22% battery. Let's turn this guy around, and let's just do a return to home. I'm going to do it on the app, clicking on return to home, and let's land this puppy. So the drone has been in the air, and so that's, you know, talking about the flight time of this little guy. In other words, from the time I started the screen recorder, and I had already taken off by that point, but the screen recorder has been going for about 31 minutes, almost 31 minutes here. There we go, right past our cell phone tower. And that's me dropping the camera down as we go. So, and you can see we're still at 19% battery. We're still in the green. I mean, you know, this guy would have, let's see if it turns around here. I'm picking the camera back up to get a look at the, you know, the purpose of this is to look at the trees. Yeah, it turned around, so reoriented itself. So back down with the camera we go. And let's see where it comes down at. Yeah, it's going to be kind of close. What I don't want to do is land on that curb. So I stopped it. Let's move it backwards. So As you can see, it's right on the edge of the curb. That I don't think would be good. So I'm moving it back a little bit, and I'm going to pull straight down on the downstick here, and it'll pick up the camera here in a second. Down, and camera up, now. There it is. Okay, boom, we've landed. It says low battery recharge. We're down to 15%. Been recording for about 32 minutes, so about a 32-minute flight time there. Pretty good. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen recorder. And in fact, I am not going to shut it down because we have to do a little bit of a conclusion. So I'm going to see if I can hold this guy. Maybe I can just set it on the hood of the Tahoe. There we go. Pick up that camera just a little bit, and I'm going to move over. I'm going to focus right there. There we are. We should be in focus. Hey, okay, the little DJI Mini 3 Pro. Got to look at some of the trees, and like I said, this might be our last chance because there's going to be some storms coming in. They're going to blow the leaves off of these trees pretty quickly here, and it was just a good opportunity to fly, so we took it. We went out and we did a course lock hyperlapse. I'm anxious to see how that turns out. I wish I'd have made it a little bit longer so that the drone would have got closer to where we're at before it ended the hyperlapse, but it was still pretty cool. We should see some cloud movement. Not a lot of wind, so probably not seeing a lot of movement in the trees and so forth, but it still should be kind of cool. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I absolutely appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, of course, we absolutely will see you on the next one. Now this is the part where usually I'd hold up the drone, but the drone is right in front of me now. Yeah, the DJI Mini 3 Pro. See you guys later. Bye.